Hello students, today we will see the remaining APIs or the system calls. So today we are going to see the FCNTL, LSEEK, LLink and unlink. Some methods we are going to see here. Let's start with the FCNTL. It is going to provide a control of open file descriptor. This function it will provide the control for the open file descriptor. Okay, so first we will see the syntax here. The syntax will be the fcntl int fcntl file descriptor you are going to pass as a parameter, then the command, then the argument. Here fd or the fdas is there na? It is an integer file descriptor which is going to refers to an open file. Command, it is going to specify which operation to perform on a file which is referenced by your file descriptor. Then next is arg, the third argument value which may be specified after command and it is dependent on the actual command value. Okay, what command value, for that command what value you are specifying, that you have to give here. So to make use of the fcntl you have to include the three header files, sys/types, unistd and the fcntl. The fcntl function is used for the five different purposes. The first one is duplicate an existing descriptor. Okay, that is command is equal to f underscore dupft, duplicate the file descriptor. Okay, then the second purpose is get or set the file descriptor file. Okay, so to get the file descriptor you have to use the this value for the command parameter, and to set the file descriptor you have to use the this value, this flag for the command parameter. The next is get or set the file status flag. Okay, to get or set the file status you have to use these two values for your command parameter. The next is get or set asynchronous. Okay, for the IO ownership. So here get or set the ownerships here. Then fifth will be get or set the record logs. Okay, so if you want to lock your file, okay, so to get the record and to set the record you are going to use these two values. For one example we will see here, fcntl, that is the file control. Here you are passing the descriptor, file descriptor. Here I am passing the f underscore set lock, means here you are setting the record lock for your file and the value will be the current flag. This value will be set here, then it is going to return the integer value. Then next is lseek is there. The lseek system call, it can be used to change the file offset to a different value. Means here see, whenever we are going to open the file it will start reading from the left corner onwards. Okay, it will start the reading from here onwards and it will be in the linear form or in a continuous format. If you want to access the record from the middle of the file or the end of the file, that time you are going to use the lseek here. That is to change the file offset. Initially file offset will be set at the beginning of your file, so it allows the process to perform random access of data on any open file. We'll see the syntax here. lseek, it is going to return the offset value. File descriptor, here you have to set the position and from whence, from which point onwards you have to specify here. F descriptor, it is an integer file descriptor which is going to refer the open file. Then the second parameter is the position, which is going to specify the byte offset to be added to the reference location in a deriving the new file offset value. Whence means specify the reference location, means from which point onwards you are going to add the reference location. Okay, that you have to specify. So here whence, it have the three values, that is the current, set and the end. Current means current file pointer address from the current position onwards. Set means from the beginning of the file onwards, and the end means from the end of the file onwards. Are you getting this one? Just what we are doing, we have to set the position. Okay, so here whence variable is there na, that will be used from which point onwards you are going to set the position, whether you want to set the position from the current point onwards, current location onwards, whether you want to set the position from the beginning of the file, or whether you want to set the location position from the end file onwards. Okay, just here we'll see the example. Int ft is equal to open start.txt, and you are opening in the only read only. Then lseek fd n, okay, here n is going to specify the position from the starting onwards. Okay, then read the fd from that point onwards. You have to read the buffer. Okay, and the size will be 1. Okay, then next is link. The link function, it is going to create a new link for an existing file. This function does not create a new file, rather it is going to create a new path name for the existing file there. Okay, so here the syntax will be int link constant char star current link, then constant char star new link here. So this current link will be replaced with a new link. Okay, current link is the path name of the existing file, where the new link is the new path name to be assigned to the same file there. And to make use of this system call, you have to include the unistandard.h there. If this call succeeds, the hard link count attributes of the file will be get increased by the 1. Okay, so here the ln command is implemented using the link API. This program is given below here. Here we have the two files, file1.txt and the file2.txt. Okay, in file1.txt and the file2.txt. Just we will see that. See here main program, if argument is not equal to 3 means usage, argument 0 you are accessing, then printing the source file and printing the destination file, and just you are returning 0. If link of argument 1 comma argument 2 is equal to -1, just you are changing the link here. Okay, then p error link, then the return, just you are changing the link of argument 1 with the argument 2 there. Okay, you are doing same thing. Then the next is the unlink. This function is going to delete a link of the existing file. Okay, just constant character and the current link, whatever the link you have created, that link will be get deleted by using the unlink here. Current link, it is a path name of the existing file, so it is going to return a value as 0 if it is succeeds, else it is going to return a value as -1. The failure can be due to an invalid link name, or calling process lacks access permission to remove the path name. See here, then even we are able to implement the mv command. What mv command it will do? It is going to move the file from the source location to the destination location. Okay, so that can be implemented by using the link and the unlink APIs. Here you are just giving the example, and at the same time you are implementing your own commands there. Okay, so see here, if arguments are not equal to 3, or the string compare argument 1 comma argument is, if both are not same, if both are same, then you are saying that argument 1 old link and the new link you are displaying. Else what you are doing, if link argument 1 comma argument 2 is equal to 0, then if both are having the same link, then what you are going to do, you are going to unlink the first link there. Means you are removing now first. See here I have one file, and here I have one file, same file only there. So mv means what, you are going to move means here you have to create the link for the second file, and just you have to remove it, right? See here what I have done, I have created the new link for this one, and I have unlinked the first one. Okay, then next is remove system call. So remove system call, it is going to remove the file or directory which has been specified by the path. So just you have to pass the path name as a parameter for your remove command. If path name is going to specify a directory, remove path is an equivalent to your rmdir path. Otherwise it is equivalent to your unlinked path there. Thank you.